Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a quick video. I know the lighting in here sucks. I am sorry. I literally just got home, excuse me, from work. And I really wanted to do this video. So I'm in my PJs before I take my face off. um, so I wanted to talk about, so I had a really amazing day. And this is kind of what's happening if you've been seeing this a lot. Leading up to the Lionsgate portal. Now, I haven't had this before. The Lionsgate portal is every year at 8/8, and I have not had this before. It was just, not my time. But I want to do a video so I can kind of show you what it looks like because I've never really manifested stuff like this before. I can do like free coffee and stuff like that, like lunch. But I've always had a hard time with something bigger, even though it's absolutely no different to manifest big things. But I've had a hard time kind of taking that next step. So I want to show you what it kind of looks like with my experience. And I can talk about it now because I couldn't talk about it earlier. So I have a new job, which is not the one I was at tonight. I had to tell them that I was leaving. I'm actually going to stick around and pick up some, a shift here and there, just kind of fill in when they need me. But I, for all intents and purposes, am leaving. I am so excited. This is a company has actually been very good to me. I got hired in 2003 with the intention of only being here maybe like 2 or 3 years. And so I've stuck around. I worked with the same management team and for the most part the same associates. It's retail for about 12 years. I moved to Nashville for like 3 years. Otherwise, I came back to my store. And I help out some other stores occasionally, but this is my home store. I've been there the whole time. And after that manager retired, it's been kind of a little bit of a revolving door. And it's a little rough now. And personal feelings aside, I do have some personal feelings about that place that just, it's not good for me. But I'm not the same person. Well, I mean, a lot of us have grown on the spiritual journey, ascension. But very much so the last year or so, retail's not a good fit for me anymore. The type of skill set that I am good at and I enjoy, it's just not retail. So I was thinking that I would have a business to jump into from here. That was not Spirit's plan, of course, but I didn't know that at the time. So I started some coaching in the winter of last year, December after Christmas or right before Christmas. And so even with that, she's a medium. I will link her below. Comfy Soul. She is amazing. Focus turned a little bit away from business, but right, it's all kind of linked together with my twin flame stuff. So anyways, so I knew I wasn't supposed to be staying here much longer, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do, freaking out. I'd stepped down from management to work on this business, and that was about, what's it been, May, so a couple months now, 3 months. And I knew it was going to be part-time. I knew it wasn't going to be full-time once I stepped down. But I have, sorry guys, Mama needs dinner too. I have struggled mightily. And I knew there would be a little bit of struggle. Like I knew there would be, I knew money would be short for a little while. And I wasn't worried about that. But I have been struggling, especially monetarily, very much. And I have a friend I reconnected with this year, not terribly long ago, and I've known her a really long time. Really for this very reason. She has a job very similar to the one I applied to, just with a different company. Um, and it's a warehouse job. And I finally kind of got to, not kind of, I did. I finally kind of got to the end, and I was like, all right, well, this is it. Like, I can't do it. It's a toxic environment for me. As a medium and a sensitive, I can't do it anymore. For multiple reasons. Just a lot of the customer interaction is just toxic for me. So I went ahead and applied at, now where she is, she doesn't live far from me. And this warehouse that she works at is like an hour away without traffic in Atlanta. So if you know anything about Atlanta traffic, I argue it's second only to LA in the United States. Second only to LA. So, sorry, I got hair in my face. I don't know what happened. I was like, I don't know. Like, I need some work done on my car, but I just don't know if I've never driven that far for work at all. And I was like, that's like twice the drive for me, typically, that I've ever driven. And so I was like, I don't know. So she mentioned the other day when we were out that she had also worked for Amazon. And she said, I really liked it, but XYZ. There was a few little things like it was her second job, so like flexing hours and just stuff like that. She goes, otherwise I liked it. It was easy. I was like, well, you know what? Let me just do that. Like, it's fine. There's a warehouse right around the corner from my house now. And I was like, sign me up. So I was looking around. Actually, I'm sorry. I need to backtrack. About 3 weeks ago now, I had applied at ThreadUp. Now, if you don't know who they are, threadup.com. They are a online consignment shop. They are very cool. There's lots of stuff I would love. They do have some high-end stuff too, and very, very good quality. So they were not far from my house. And they used to be in my town, actually, but now they're just in the next town over. They moved, I learned, but I applied there. And I got super, super feelies, like spirit feelies. And I'm talking like, if you've seen any of my other videos where I've talked about what it looks like when you're kind of flexing your intuition, when you're working on it. I won't get too much into it, but like, if it's a no, and a lot of times you don't even have to be working on your intuition. If you know you shouldn't do something, you feel that pit in your stomach, you're like, ooh, like it feels like a stomach ache, right? So that kind of thing. But I got super feelies, like all over. It just made me feel good. I just wanted to move, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is the one. This is the job to get me out of there. So I applied. I was so excited. When I was house sitting. So the dogs thought I thought I was nuts, and I was dancing around the room. And so I waited, and I knew this was the job. And I didn't hear back. I'm thinking, this is really weird. Like, I wouldn't feel that way. I've never felt that way about a lot of things, even though I have manifested certain things, right? And I do get the spirit feelies. I have had it happen before, but not like this. And so I hadn't heard back, and I was like, it got to be earlier this week, like Monday, Tuesday. I was like, I gotta do something. So my friend, when we were doing our adventuring, she'd mentioned about Amazon. So I was like, well, let me do that. Like, I've got to do something. Like, I can't deal. So I went ahead and applied there. And when I tell you I'm struggling, guys, like, my phone's turned off. Okay. I can connect to Wi-Fi, but I don't have any cellular service. So I've had to go without that. And thank God I only work like 2 miles away. So I applied there. And so one of the things, like when you do an account, so you can do all the paperwork, they need to like verify your identity and all that. And so they were sending an email. And there's nothing. And I was like, what's happening? Right? So Not to go into the whole process of what happened, but I learned it was with my Gmail account. And I learned that my storage was full and I hadn't been receiving emails. I didn't even notice in this account because it's linked to some other accounts, other email, Google email accounts that I have. So I didn't even notice that this one hadn't been getting emails for like a week or something like that. Or longer than that, I guess, if I didn't. So I was like, so I was fighting with that. And then I went, wait a second. I was like, so maybe I haven't heard from them because I wasn't getting any emails. So I was thinking about it and I was getting all ready. Amazon was doing like open interviews basically right around the corner. I was actually going to be not at the warehouse over by my house. There's going to be another warehouse. I was applying for a warehouse a little bit further north of me. And but they were doing interviews at this hotel right near my house. And I was going through the stuff and it was a little bit of a struggle. So that should tell me right there, just so you guys know. Yes, when you're on the right path and there's struggles. I mean, yes, when you're on the right path, there are going to be struggles because you're also going to be tested. How bad do you want this? But stuff like that should not be hard. Like that should not be the struggle. So, and I finally ended up canceling it. And I think I was going to go back. My friend was like, oh, why don't you just do it anyways? And so I was going to do it. And gosh, I wish I could remember what happened. I'd have to go look at the email now. Or my friend's text message. And I went, you know what? That is a sign. I am not supposed to do this. And I could feel it. Like I could hear my guides telling me like, no. And I went, I'm going to go back and apply for this ThreadUp job because maybe that's why. And if I got two, then I got two. And, you know, it is what it is, right? I know this is supposed to be my job, right? So I did that on, so it was Thursday, so Tuesday night. This matters, guys. This matters, okay? So, as you can tell, so 3 weeks ago, I had applied, right? But I had been manifesting this job probably for the better part of a month before that. Like, I just like, I need something. Like, I need something. I don't know if it's my business that's supposed to be going or if I just, something else, but I need something. I need to get out of here. So, and not that I didn't have hiccups, guys, before I get to the over the hill with this. Trust me, I had nights where I was crying in bed. Like, I promise you. You're not always, I mean, even if you know you're not supposed to be doing that, right? Like, I knew I was not supposed to be with this job a whole lot longer, right? Like, I just know that. You're going to have moments like, come on, like, help a sister out. And that's a lot of times how I talk to them. I really do. I was like, help a sister out. Like, I don't know what you guys need me to do. And that's really when you got to get real like that. A lot of times you just have, because I always talk about, if you talk to your team, especially if you know you have angels, we all have angels, but if you know, you talk to them, you have to tell them you need help. They're not going to step in, okay? Unless you ask them for help. And, you know, I did. I was like, help me out because I don't know what else to do. So I applied for that job again. Same job, it was still there because they have different shifts. So, you know, different days and hours, stuff like that. So I went and checked. They had the same thing. And guys, so that was Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, I'm drinking coffee. I got my breakfast. And I see an email come through with their name. And I was like, oh, and it was an interview offer. Next day. That's how that works. So you know, that's how that works. So, yes, there's a lot that goes on in between it. And like I said, sometimes you're gonna falter. It just happens. But if you know that's the right move, right? Like they will make sure you get back up again because I can promise you, I've had this happen to me. When there are moments that I start losing faith and I get upset, stuff starts popping up for me to laugh or get happy about something again. Like if I'm on YouTube, they'll like stuff will come up to make me laugh, or a friend will message me or something like that. So I promise you, sometimes you gotta feel it, and sometimes they'll do stuff to help you, get back up again. So now, would this have happened if it wasn't like a super powerful, energetic week? I mean, probably. Who knows? That's just the way it happened. And that's the way it's supposed to happen for me. But I just kind of wanted to show you what that looked like. Like, stuff like that happens. And you can't go, well, it wasn't meant to be. Maybe I was wrong. You can. But I just knew. And when you just have that feeling, you have to go with that. Until they give you a clear answer that it was not the right thing, you have to just kind of keep believing that it is. And just write it out. Feel what you need to feel. And if something funny comes up when you're crying, then laugh. They're doing it for a reason, So I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit what that looks like, how that came about. And I was going to go, they had an interview window last night that I was going to go to. And it felt really good to go. And all of a sudden I was like, and they were like, tomorrow. So I was like, all right. So I went tomorrow, which was today. And guys, I felt so good all day long. Like, I woke up, I got my coffee, I sat back in bed, and they kept telling me, my team, they were just like, this is the first day of the rest of your life. And I was like, bro. And I knew this job. Once I got the interview offer, I knew it would be easy from there. I should say I knew anyways, right? Because that's what I've been telling you guys. But once that interview offer came through, I was like, this job is mine. This job is mine. And that's you just know when it's stuff that's meant to be yours. It's always so weird when I watch videos of people saying that, when it's just menial stuff. Like, I used to watch this lady who entered a contest to win this beautiful crystal, and she's just like, oh, that's supposed to be mine. And I'm just like, I say that a lot too, but I don't ever get those things. You know what I mean? So, and now I really do get it. So it's funny, like, I was, telling my friends, they were all wishing me good luck. And even Crystal, my former coach, Comfy Soul, I was telling her about it, and I was gonna, I told her later, I was gonna say, like, wish me luck, or, good vibes. And I didn't do it with any of my friends either, and I realized I didn't need it because the job was already mine. So, and what made it even sweeter, I think a lot of you guys can get this. If you've been following me for any extended period of time, you kind of know I'm a little bit of an alpha. I got that fire energy. Actually, let me rewind a little bit before I get to the sweeter part. There's a lady that had been waiting. They put you in like a conference room and you watch some videos about the company, and then there was like a handful of people that were doing the interview, so they would come call your name and then you would go with them. And I heard this lady talking behind me, like, the window started at 1, but she had been there since like 12:30. And she was talking to somebody else that hadn't been called yet, and she was just saying, like, it's the second time that you've done this to me. Like, I don't know if they know that, but, like, if they don't call me, like, I'm gonna go home. And I was thinking, and I heard her say it, and I was like, I heard you say that before. And I was like, that's so weird. She's like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. So I'm sitting there watching, and the lady comes in and calls my name. And I was like, do I say something? Now, that wasn't really my battle to fight. So thank goodness she spoke up. She's like, hey, I've been here since like 12:30. I just wanted to see when I was going to get called. And the girl was like, okay, yeah, hang on one second. And she left the room to go look at this list, and she was like, oh no, I skipped over her. And she looked at me and she's like, do you mind? I was like, not at all. By all means. I know she's been waiting a while, because it'd been like a little over an hour at that point. And she's like, thank you. And I was like, it's fine. And so I waited, and I don't know if I should say this because this guy's my boss now, but I saw this guy calling people when I first came in, and he is right? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, he was nice to look at, and he ended up calling my name. Funny enough. Um, and we did the interview. And so, what made it even sweeter is I found out later that he's the general manager. So, this little, hold on. So when they brought me to the room, showed me I got the job. I got a little carrot welcome package. It was full of candy before, but I like candy. So I got my little welcome package, and the car that's next to it, it's got his name. So I realized he was my boss, and I was like, but the point of this is that I felt like handpicked, like by the general manager, right? So that felt even sweeter. So, all right, 20 minutes. That's not too bad. I just kind of wanted to do as quick as I could, just kind of what it looks like, kind of like the process of manifesting in general. But this week, this stuff is happening fast, you guys. So if you haven't really manifested before, this would be a good time to practice even like little things like, coffee and lunch. I love, starting off with that. That's kind of fun, getting free coffee and free food. And you don't really need to. I mean, you can, but it's kind of fun to start there because you go, oh yeah, it kind of builds some confidence. But this is a good week to do that if you want to practice that to kind of get some confidence, because it's happening. Stuff if you have done like I did, where you were manifesting it for a little while now, don't be surprised, or be surprised. That's the best part. Be surprised. So I hope this helped, gave you guys a little confidence to try something yourself, or just to kind of get an idea of what it looks like and little hiccups that might come along the way. So I hope it resonates. Pass it along to somebody who might need it if you feel like it could, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.